Hello, I am Dr. PPP. I am the Celebrity Guru, award winning author of the book You Are the Celebrity. I am the marathon man who ran not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, but nine marathons in my lifetime by God's grace and your blessings. First marathon in 1 week, sixth and seventh marathon in 1 week by God's grace and your blessings. I am the Himalayas Guru who's climbing the Everest, the Himalayas by God's grace and your blessings. If the celebrity Guru can write, so can you. If the marathon man can run, so can you. If the Himalayas Guru can climb, so can you. Life is a movie, you are the celebrity. Life is a celebration, you are the celebrity. Life is the marathon, you are the marathoner. Life is the book, you are the author. Life is the mountain, you are the mountaineer. Today, my guest and myself served in the army by God's grace and your blessings. I'm the number one international bestseller and the Magnetic Entrepreneur Award winning author of the book Magnetic Entrepreneur, a personality that attracts. I am the Guinness World Records number one international bestseller of the book Magnetic Entrepreneur, world renowned. I'm showing this award and reward not to impress you, but to impress upon you. If the small boy who born in the beautiful country called Mother India's beautiful province called Gujarat, who gave Mahatma Gandhi as well as lots of other celebrities, that Gujarat small village called Julasan, which gave NASA astronaut Sunita Williams, that boy suffered inferiority complex because of English, half of his medical career in while studying in Surat, India. Same boy writes his first book, second book, third book, fourth book, fifth book, sixth book, seventh book, sixth book in English, and writing 11 more books in English. If that boy can do it, so can you. Same boy living half of his life in beautiful North America's beautiful country called Canada. If that boy can do it, so can you. And I'm super excited. I'm honored, privileged, humbled, blessed, and super excited to introduce you for this celebrity conversation on this celebrity TV's You Are the Celebrity show. None other than Major Pradeep Khare. Major Pradeep Khare is the Indian veteran as well as author of not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but seven books. So help me welcome with your lots of hearts, wow, likes, and sharing none other than Major Pradeep Khare. How are you, Major Saab? कैसे हैं आप?
Thank you. And let me clap for you. I can't help applauding Dr. Praveen Patel. You deserve a big round of applause.
क्या बात है आप ने तो मेरे को शर्मिंदा कर दिया आपने मेरे को वना टीयर्स ऑफ टीयर्स ऑफ हैप्पीनेस दिला दिए तो आपके बहुत शुक्रिया ना आप मन्ना वो क्लैप के काबिल हो कि जो मदर इंडिया को आपने इतने सालों के लिए सर्व किया और वंस यू आर द मेजर यू आर द ऑलवेज द मेजर वंस यू आर द सोल्जर यू आर ऑलवेज द सोल्जर हाँ जी
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot for the warm introduction. And I'm feeling privileged and honored to be on your show.
Also, I felt same way, Major Saab. So introduce yourself. मैं तो कुछ आपको जानता हूँ about I don't know एक आध दो weeks से मगर my celebrity who are watching you all over the world or who are going to watch our this replay, so they would love to know more about you. So introduce yourself, Major Saab, please.
Yes. First of all, I would like to say good evening to all the viewers in India and good morning to all my viewers in Canada. In fact, as I've been asked to introduce myself, I am Major Pradeep Khare. I have served in the army for 20 years and then I took voluntary retirement. Before that, I have done my MSc in mathematics and also I've done my MEd. And I've joined the Army Education Corps. There, I was mainly dealing with training of officers in the army. Like we have a National Defense Academy, which is training the cadets who join the army through the UPSC examination. I was in the academic department there. I was also posted in the Indian Military Academy, which is a premier institution for training all the officers of the Indian Army. I also had a tenure as a headmaster in Sainik School Kapurthala, which is a public school in the real sense of the term. We were training the student. It was a fully residential school where we had more than 600 students and about 50 teachers. Besides
Wow.
this, I also have served on the border areas, Indo-Pakistan border, Indo-China border, and number of field formations. During these 20 years, I had varied experiences of serving the country with pride and honor. Thereafter, I took voluntary retirement in the year 2000. After that, I have been a consultant in a university in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, and thereafter we shifted to Pune, Maharashtra. We were there for about 5 years, and presently we are staying in Delhi, National Capital Region of India. I have started writing a motivational blog in the year 2010, and by now I have put about 100 posts there, which are all motivational in nature. Besides that, I also published my first book in the year 2014. That was about real inspiring stories. These are stories of people who have struggled against all odds and achieved success. After that, my second book got published. That is the name of the book is Unsung Heroes. It also contains 51 stories of such people who worked hard, chased their dreams, and achieved the impossible. Another book of mine is called 101 Ways of Becoming Better. This is a book which is meant for teaching the youth those things which they are not taught in schools and colleges. For example, how to manage your time, how to face rejection, how to face criticism, how to organize yourself, how to use your mobile properly, how not to waste your time on social media, and such life skills. 101 of them are described in that book. Another book of mine is about the defense forces. It is called Gateway to a Challenging Armed Forces Career. In this book, I am a co-author with my group captain Prabhakaran. In this book, we have given out all the various entries into the Indian Armed Forces, whether it is the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force. What are the various kinds of entries? How should the students prepare to face the interview? In the Army, we have something called a Services Selection Board. This is a body which carries out the interview of all the people who want to join the Army. They have about a week's program in which various tests are carried out. There is a psychological test, there is a group testing, outdoor tests, they have an interview, they have a thematic or perception test, pictures to writing, and so on. So, this battery of tests together constitute the interview in the service selection board. So, in this book, we have also guided the students how to prepare for the interview. Another book of mine is Game Changers. And I would like to tell the viewers the foreword of this book was written by Bradley Chapman, who was the international best-selling author from London. This book is also containing 51 stories of people who have ordinary people, but they became extraordinary because they had a commitment to chase their dream and to fulfill their dream. This is and three of my books have also been translated into Hindi language. Besides this, I am also running a YouTube channel along with my wife, Madhu Khare. In that, it is a motivational YouTube channel. In this channel, we have uploaded about 250 videos. They're all motivational videos. So this is what keeps us busy, and I feel this is the time we have used this time to give back to society, because God has given us everything what we could have asked for, more than what we deserve possibly, and now it is time to give back to society.
Wow, 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 Major Saab, क्या बात है, क्या बात है. I'm really honored, blessed, privileged, humbled, and super excited to have such a great personality, such a मदर इंडिया का लाल कि जिसने 20 साल तक सर्व किया मदर इंडिया को, और साथ साथ बुक्स लिखी है, और अपनी बीवी मधु खरे के साथ यूट्यूब चैनल चलाते हैं. क्या बात है, क्या बात है. लर्निंग इंग्लिश बाय स्पीकिंग इंग्लिश ने लिखा है. ग्रेट जॉब, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जी. हाँ जी. तो आपने ऑल्सो ब्रैडली चैपमन साहब का नाम दिया, एनी मेंशन अबाउट ब्रैडली चैपमन हिमसेल्फ एंड माई सेल्फ वी मेट once. He was invited as the speaker at the publisher of my first book, Mr. Raymond Aaron's event, and I love him. I love his personality. I love his energy. Such an amazing author and amazing human being. Yes.
But
हाँ जी.
sure,
हाँ, तो what's the channel's name, YouTube channel's name?
it is called Guldasta. In Hindi, it is called Guldasta.
Guldasta. Yes,
Guldasta. It is actually a Hindi name for a flower vase. Like
yes.
a flower vase contains so many flowers. So we have named it Guldasta because there are 5 segments in this channel.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And wow, also some of your, I believe 3 books you converted into Hindi too, not only English, in Hindi too. So that's amazing. And your 101 book title also, I loved it because a friend of mine, Dr. George Grant, he wrote 13 plus books, and he also and myself also wrote this Guinness World Record book too, along with 126 authors. But one of his book title is Your 101 to 101. This means like 101 ways to live 101 years. And then one of his client lived 111 years. So said, now, I have to write another book, to live 111. Yes. Now, in this episode, the celebrity conversation, I would love to touch about your love for Indian Army. I would love to touch about your love for being the author, and yeah, I would love to know. So let's. First of all, I love your background with bookshelf. I was also behind this my banners. There is a beautiful the celebrity bookshelf too. So absolutely, absolutely. Yes. So in 2000, you decided to get the voluntary retirement. So why did you decided to get the voluntary retirement in 2020, 2000, 20 years ago?
Yes. In fact, this is a question which many people have asked me, because Army offers a class 1 job. It offers all the privileges and the honor that go with that job. I was fortunate enough to have all those things. But one thing which is in the Army tenure, in the Army life, that we are moving from one place to the other. And during the course of these 20 years, you'll not believe it that we moved almost 10 to 12 places, and moving with the family. And
Right.
one thing in the army is there that we don't have a fixed time of transfer. The
Mm,
movement can be either in January, it can be in August, it can be in November, any part of the year. And it can be to any part of the country. It can be in a border area, it can be a peace area, that is not known. And in the army, there's nothing like we can postpone the move or we can delay the move, nothing like that. Order is an order and we follow it. So, in this process, and let me tell you, we are blessed with 3 children. One is
uh,
my daughter, and their twin sons. So, there was a time when my twin sons were born. That was 1987. And after that, the period from 89 to 90 or 91, that was the period of life which was I can say, most troublesome postings I got during that period. Because troublesome, when I say troublesome, I mean that I was to be away from my family for quite a number of quite a number of times, and that was uncertain whether I am going to be out for 15 days or 1 month or 2 months or 6 months. Nothing is known, and you can imagine my wife had the responsibility of looking after my, say, 4-year-old daughter and about 1.5-year-old twins. Now handling 3 children, and that too in far-flung border areas where there is no domestic help available, where there is no other facility or market available, and in the name of helper, what we get in the army, there is a person called a Sahayak, which we get in the army, but that is basically for taking care of the officer's requirement. And when the officer is out on field duty or something, then there is only the Sahayak will come for about an hour or so. Sometimes he may not come at all. So
Oh,
this sort of problems were faced by my family. Another thing which happened is my father, in the same time, he got a paralytic stroke. And because of that, my not being available there, he had to suffer a lot because there was no proper doctor in that area available. The doctor had gone on exercise, medical, I mean, army exercise himself. So it took a lot of the time was delayed for my father to reach the hospital, and ultimately he expired. So these experiences, then that is the time I was having about 15 years service that time. And for us, it is compulsory to finish 20 years, complete 20 years service for earning the pension. So that is the time we decided that once we complete 20 years, we'll quit the army. That is the basic reason. It was a personal reason. Otherwise, army as such is a very good organization, and I have enjoyed every bit of time when I served in it.
Uh, Thanks for sharing. Rest in peace, your father. Definitely, your father is with you as the angel. And ultimately, होम मिनिस्टर की जीत हो गई, आपके अंदर के जवान की मात हो गई. नहीं,
Yes, yes,
एब्सोल्युटली, 20 साल और ऐसी सिचुएशन में आई कुडंट इमेजिन कि भाभी जी पे वो क्या बीती होगी, आप पे भी एज अ फादर ऑफ 3 ब्यूटीफुल किड्स एट सच अ स्मॉल एज, वो तीन, लाइक डेफिनेटली राइट. सो एक
yes.
आर्मी में नहीं समझ सकता है. हाँ जी. हमारी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है कि 2010 में आप कितने साल के होंगे अप्रोक्सीमेटली?
In fact, I was born in 54. So
ओके,
I can
50,
say,
तो 50,
uh,
56 के होंगे. सो एज एज
yes,
एज 56 in 2010 you write your first blog. What makes you to write your first blog at age 56?
yes.
लोग
Very
जीना
good
छोड़
question.
देते हैं, 56 एज पे लोग जीना छोड़ देते हैं कि भाई चलो यार,
Definitely.
एक टाइम हमारी कब्र में, ऐसा सोच लेते हैं. देन यू स्टार्टेड योर
Yes,
फर्स्ट ब्लॉग एट एज 56 in 2010. व्हाट
yes,
मेक्स यू टू राइट योर
yes,
फर्स्ट ब्लॉग? हाँ जी.
yes, yes, quite right. Very good question. In fact, what happened? That was the time when I was finding that the print and electronic media, they are showing all the sensational news, whether it is some scam, scandal, accident, terrorist attacks, all these things are highlighted in the media, whether it is television or whether it is social media or whether it is the print media. Whereas a lot of good things are happening in society. Like, for example, a rickshawala's son becoming an IAS officer. There is laborer's son. He qualifies for the IIT exam. There is a tribal woman who has done very good work for society. So these kind of things I was coming to know from somewhere, but I did not find that they're getting a place in the print or electronic media. So I thought that let me collect all these things and put these stories in my blog. That is how I started the blog. It is called Fragrance of Success. The name of the blog is Fragrance of Success. So in that blog, I put all these stories. And I would like to say that my son, Arunav, he is a software engineer and he has helped me to design that blog on the WordPress and all these technical support which we are doing in terms, even this interview of today. He's the one who has set up all this laptop and made all these connections, everything.
ब्यूटीफुल. सो योर वाइफ इज सपोर्टिंग यू, योर ब्यूटीफुल सन इज सपोर्टिंग यू. क्या बात है, आपका तो सपोर्ट ऑल ओवर द प्लेस है. बढ़िया जी, वाओ.
God is kind. In fact, God is kind, I would say. So
Han.
with this, I started the blog, and I found that when I am reading those stories or finding out about those people, I am the first one to benefit from that, because the moment I talk to those people, I read about them, I gather information about these people, all the good work which they are doing. So I am the first one. It is like picking up a flower. If I pick up a flower, I am the first one who will get the fragrance in his hands. And then when I offer that to someone, that person gets the fragrance. So I feel that such stories, when they are put up in the blog and or in the book, then when it reaches out to so many people, they are the ones who also benefit from that. They also feel that if they can do it, why can't I do it? So after publishing the blog, then the stories, I also decided that they should be published in the form of a book, because some of my friends and well-wishers, they suggested that why don't they publish a book of these stories which are there on the blog already.
Wow, 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 beautiful. So then you decided to write the book, become the author, and 2014 your first book came. How long did it take for the process to publish your first book? The moment you decided to write the book, become the author, and you are holding your first book in your hand, how long did it take for that?
Yes, I think it took about 4 years, because initially 2010 was the year when I probably started collecting the stories, and in that process, it took me about 2 to 3 years to find a publisher, because it's not easy to find a publisher for a book, especially for a first time author. And these experiences which I had when I was ready with the script of the first book, I contacted, that time I happened to be in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. So I contacted some authors who had published the books, and they told me only one thing, that have you published any book earlier? I said no. Then they said you have to pay money to the publisher to publish your book. I was quite surprised. I said, I have written the book, taken all the trouble to collect the story, and then I pay the money also to the publisher. They said, yes, but initially you have to pay, but once you have published a number of books, you become famous, then probably they'll not take money from you. So this thing somehow didn't appeal to me. So I kept on writing. I collected the names of some publishers from one of the bookstall, because there are on the back page of the book, back cover, the name of publisher is given, his email is given, phone number is given. So with the help of those email, I sent out emails to at least 50 publishers about the proposal of my book. And out of those 50, I think about 30 of them kept quiet, they didn't reply. And out of the remaining 20, 15 of them refused. They said, no, we can't publish this book.
Oh God.
Just about five of them gave a positive response that,
Wow.
yes, we are
I
ready to publish the book, send us the manuscript. So that's how we went ahead. And out of those five, I got one very good publisher from Delhi. He is called Prabhat Publications. He is the one who published the book of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam,
Oh
our
wow.
ex-president, and he's published number of authors. So fortunately, he was the one who published my first book.
Beautifully, you found finally after applying um, with 50 publishers, finally five decided to look at your manuscript, and finally you chose one, which is amazing. Who published Dr. APJ Kalam in our Prime Minister, our chief, our Mr. Late President's book, and wow, Missile Man of India's book. Rest in peace, APJ Kalamji. Wow, wow, wow. That reminds me the story of. Jack Canfield, who is the co-creator of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Uh,
One of my
144
favorite.
publishers rejected before publishing his first book. So yeah, wow, wow, you are like Indian Jack Canfield, this case. Wow, and finally also his book came, and Chicken Soup for the Soul book series is a series. I know 500 million plus copies sold out in 50 plus countries in 50 plus languages.
We've
Uh-huh.
got a couple of those books. We've got a couple of chicken soup book series. They are
Oh,
wonderful.
oh wow, absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate that. And Mr. Jack Canfield came on my book launch party of my first book, You Are the Celebrity.
Oh,
Yes, and so Yeah, so my celebrity, you understand, like, I know how it's tough to publish the book, like 50 rejection out of 50, like, you found finally one publisher. And I've helped lots of authors, even some of them, they didn't write a single word before, I may help them to become the author, not only the author, a Canadian bestseller, international bestseller, also Guinness World Record international bestseller. So if you everybody has the story, and I know always I see book in you. So if you have the book, and you are ready to bring your book out, connect with me so I can help you connect with North Americans publisher. Lots of other friend of mine, and right publisher, I can connect with you. And also I'm bringing a book with my publisher of my last 5 books, with Robert J. Moore, in India. And that book, the authors must be from India or non-resident Indian. And out of about 20 authors we are bringing, it's co-authoring book. It's like one chapter of 2000, maximum 2000 words of your chapter, and maximum 3000 words, 300 words of your bio. So 2000 words of chapter and 300 words of your bio. You're going to pay $100 to my publisher, Robert J. Moore, and that's it. I'm not going to get anything, just I'm going to have joy of creating more authors from my motherland, giving back to my motherland. Same kind of concept I'm bringing. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pradeep Khare Sarji. Same kind of concept I'm bringing from Pakistan, and the Pakistan's the forward, the person who's writing the forward is my soul brother Gandhi of Pakistan, also the Steve Jobs of Pakistan, also the Facebook guru of Pakistan, Mark Zuckerberg of Pakistan, none other than Rihan Allah. Also the Indian forward person who is writing the forward for the book which I'm bringing in from India, which is none other than Swami Vishwananda, the peace guru of the world as well as the mother of the world. So I'm looking forward for that. And what are your advices? Somebody wanna write the book, publish the book in India. What are your advices, Major Saab?
In fact, this is a very good question. A lot of people want to write a book, they aspire to become authors. So I would only tell them first they should decide what is the theme on which they want to write. Whether they want to write fiction, they want to write poem, or they want to write non-fiction, or they want to write some biography. So accordingly, they've decided the subject because there's a vast range of subjects on books. There are books for children, there are books on cooking, there are books on gardening, and so on. So once the person decides his or her choice of this genre in which he is writing, then what I would advise, they should at least read 10 famous books in that genre. 10 famous books. And after that, they can get an idea as to what they want to write after having read those 10 books. Then they should jot down their thoughts. They should make a copy or register or a notes on computer as they feel comfortable. Keep on jotting down whatever points or ideas they get from time to time. But they should be on a regular basis. If you have taken a commitment to write a book, then they should devote minimum of 1 hour every day on a daily basis. There should not be a single day where they don't write anything for the book. If they can do more on weekends or on holidays, still better. And after having jotted down all the points, then they should form the chapters, whether they want to write 10 chapters, 15 chapters, depending on whatever the length of book is. Then they should write the chapters, and after having written those chapters, then they should start editing themselves. By editing, I mean they should read that once, because sometimes it happens when you're writing something, in the flow it happens that certain things are not in accordance or not in consonance with the theme of the chapter. So those things have to be deleted. That is what like pruning of the chapters. Each and every chapter, it may happen sometimes the 20, 30, 40% of the material may be pruned, it may be deleted. So that is what they should do for each chapter. And in that process, if they come across some point which is relevant to that chapter or that theme, they should add it there. And after completing this process, probably they have to do it twice, because initially in one reading, they may not be able to do justice to it. So I would suggest they should do it twice, and thereafter, after they feel that they're satisfied with it, then they should give it to for reviewing to some person whom they think is their mentor, or maybe their teacher, or maybe a good friend who's interested in that field. Basically, that is the person who should go through that book, and they may give some suggestions, or they may make some changes there. Then they should also give it to some person who's good in that language. If they're writing a book in English, then you should give it to someone who's well versed with English or Hindi, whatever language. So there are certain things which they need to correct from the language point of view. There may be grammatical errors, there may be punctuation mistakes, spelling mistakes, and so on. Otherwise, alternately, there are also softwares available on the net, like Grammarly is there. There are a number of other softwares which can help to correct the grammatical mistakes and punctuation mistakes. But the content, the flow of words, the ideas, that have to be done by the author himself, because only he can express. And secondly, the person should also feel, understand who's the target audience. If I'm writing a book, it is meant for someone. Is it meant for students? Is it meant for parents? Is it meant for ladies? Is it meant for whom? So, keeping the target audience in mind, then they can think that whatever I'm writing in this book, is it relevant to them or not? Once you decide your target audience, then it can be streamlined in such a way that whatever the person is writing should be relevant to them. These are some of the tips. In fact, on Saturday, I am conducting a session
Oh
for
wow.
budding authors on this Saturday from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the daytime.
Oh wow. Wow. So this Saturday you're teaching people how to become the author from 2 o'clock at India's time, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. This Saturday. That's amazing. So it's gonna be October 2nd, Gandhi Jayanti.
Third of October.
Oh, 3rd of October. Okay, okay, awesome. Yeah, because for October 2nd is Friday on
Yes.
Friday. Yeah. Okay, so very good, and definitely, I my celebrity, please do connect with Major Khare Sahab, and take advantage of that one complimentary session to bring your book out from you become the author. Wow, wow, wow. Also, today is October 1st, and happy last quarter of year 2020. And I always say, like, what's your hashtag vision 2020? What are your wildest dream you would love to achieve by 31st December 2020? Also, I have the Facebook group called hashtag vision 2020. So still we have 90 plus days, 92 days. So definitely you can achieve whatever you would love to achieve, as long as you are focused, determined, have like right mentors, and right association, and yeah, there are lots of secrets to become to get a success. And definitely, time is flying. I would love to talk a lot, so definitely I would love to have another session about army's point of view from Major Saab, if you allow me to book
Yes.
next session.
Yes, certainly. It'll be a pleasure.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Uh, so, Major Saab, we are towards the end of our show. You are the celebrity show. Would you love to add anything? You have 60 seconds, and your time starts now. Go ahead, sir.
In fact, I would like to tell the viewers one thing, that there are certain things which are not taught in schools and colleges. And for getting success in life, those are the things which the persons, with the youth of the country should acquire these things. For example, civic sense, how to be a good citizen, how to set your goals, how to fulfill your dreams, how to face rejection, how to face criticism. This kind of things. These life skills are very important for everyone to acquire.
Wow, 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 amazing. Where can my celebrity find you, find your books?
These are books available on Amazon, all these books, and I've also got a website which is called Happiness Overloaded. So I can send the link and it can be put in the description somewhere if you feel appropriate.
Please, please, please. Again, thank you so much, Major sir, for giving your valuable time and expertise and sharing your heart and amazing advice for my celebrity who are watching you and me from all over the world.
I'm so
Believe.
thankful to you. I'm honored, I'm privileged, and I'm humbled to talk to a person of your stature, Dr. Praveen Patel, who's celebrating the real sense and who has met more than 1,000 celebrities all over the world. I was reading your part of your book. You have done an amazing thing. Apart from being a marathon runner, you are also climbing Himalayas. You are writing so many books. You are a Guinness Book of World Record holder. So it's my good fortune and privilege to be with you on this show. And wish you all the best and all the best to the viewers. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Major Saab. Again, Mother India is proud of having Major Pradeep Khare. Believe in your wildest dreams.
And Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, Jai Hind. Don't let anybody steal your dreams. Just do it now. If Trump can win, if Trump can win, if Trump can win, if Trump can win, so can you. You're the celebrity day. You're the celebrity life. You are the celebrity. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.